And in the third place, I've got a better idea. Over.
Well, what? I'm not going to sit here like a spare lemon waiting for the squeezer. Do you hear me? Over.
Well, hello and welcome to the Shallow Proclamation. My name's Paul, and as always, I'm joined by... What are you like, Thomas?
Sorry.
We are about to watch episode 3 of the Dæmons, and it's been brilliant. The Dæmons, it's been great so far. Absolutely blinder so far.
Yeah, it has been quality content, actually.
Let's see where this gargoyle thing goes.
Yeah.
That's right, except that it isn't a model.
What is it then?
Joe, look at the shape of this tomb.
Ooh.
It looks like that spaceship.
A different size, that's all. Now you try picking it up. The reason why you can't pick it up is that it weighs about 750 tons at a rough guess.
Oh, come on, be serious.
Be serious. All right. About 100,000 years ago. Clochlida partha menin clutch!
What's happening, Buck? Why do you not attack?
You get a little sense here that I don't know whether I don't know. Some of the image looks almost like someone filming a screen.
I still don't understand what you're talking about.
Decadence.
Do you get that?
That's interesting.
I don't know.
Well, you see that more so in this shot than elsewhere.
Yeah, perhaps.
Maybe.
I know, like certain parts of this, like colour versions of this, were lost, and then there's been restoration of things. I don't know whether that's part of it. I might be wrong. There's just a few shots where the quality looks a little bit off.
Interesting.
I noticed it when Joe and the Doctor were inside the mound as well.
Right, that's the Egyptian god Khnum with horns. A Hindu demon with horns. Oh, thank you very much. And our old friend, the horned beast.
I don't get it.
Probably because I haven't finished, Captain Yates.
Sorry, Doctor.
Well, you could go on all day and all night showing us pretty pictures. I mean, horns have been a symbol of power ever since...
Ever since man began? Exactly. But why? Well, Captain Yates, curtains. Now, creatures like those have been seen over and over again throughout the history of man. And man has turned them into myths. Gods or devils, but they're neither. They are, in fact, creatures from another world.
You mean like the Axon?
Classic Doctor Who move there, isn't it?
Older and immeasurably more dangerous.
And they came here in spaceships, like that tiny one up at the Barrow.
That's right.
There have been these aliens here all along.
Which is...
There we go, Dæmons.
On the other side of the galaxy.
And they first came to Earth nearly 100,000 years ago.
Interesting.
Now look, we're going to blast our way in. I'm calling up the artillery and RAF strike command. You lot had better evacuate to the cellar. Over.
What? Give me that. You'll do no such thing, Lethbridge Stewart. Of all the idiotic suggestions. In the first place, the energy released would only strengthen the barrier. In the second place, it would provoke the most appalling reprisals. And in the third place, I've got a better idea. Over.
Well, what? I'm not going to sit here like a spare lemon waiting for the squeezer. Do you hear me? Over.
Mobile HQ there.
That was a nice shot.
Oh, nice.
Like a man possessed, you mean? Look out, he's coming back.
So what exactly is he going to do?
Well, yeah.
I mean, he
Wouldn't
can't
it
exactly...
destroy the helicopter as well?
Yeah.
Is he trying to nick them with the bottom of the helicopter?
Yeah, so they...
Ah.
Oh, there we go. We've got a bit of an explanation at least.
Oh. Oh, did Joe fall out? Oh.
So that shot of the helicopter exploding is actually from the unused footage from Russia with Love, the James Bond film.
Oh, no way.
And it's also the same shot used in Enemy of the World, I believe.
Ah.
So that's neat
It
little
was
bit of usage footage.
presumably just transferred into black and white for Enemy of the World.
Yeah, I guess so. Or broadcast in black and white. So maybe
Yeah.
that was where. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I guess it just... That's interesting, isn't it? Maybe a lot of the stock footage they used at the time was actually shot in colour, but obviously
Yeah,
we only
maybe.
know it as black and white from the broadcast.
See, Joe should have been wearing a seatbelt, really.
Yeah. That could have ended quite badly, couldn't it? Like, if she had flown out of the car.
Thrown through the heat barrier.
Yeah, that would have been a sad end to a companion, wouldn't it? It's nice how there's the black line.
Yeah, the idea of the ground being scorched by it.
Yeah.
Useful as well, so that you know where not to stand.
You've got Sergeant Osgood. You better come and listen to the doctor. You've got a
So
bit of-
Sergeant Osgood, I believe, is
recognise
supposed to be the father, I believe, of Osgood from the Capaldi era,
Yes.
or not just the Capaldi era, from Matt Smith. It's Day of the Doctor, isn't it?
It was
Originally,
Zygon.
Zygons.
Let
Yeah,
Zygons be Zygons.
let the Zygons.
Sorry. yeah. Ah, that's cool. So the whole unit family has sort of come back in some way.
Yeah, I mean, you got Kate Stewart.
Yeah.
Again, I get the impression the Master's not really thought this through. That's his recurring character trait. Yeah, you've not thought this through to its conclusion, have you?
He seems to be very good at identifying powerful creatures with world-ending capabilities, but then he kind of gets a little bit ahead of himself and he's like, oh great, I've got this completely under control.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's not good at closing the deal, really, is he?
Yes. No, I love it. I think my highlight in that was just getting more of the heat barrier, because I think that's a really nice idea. The fact it's invisible and the Doctor and the Brigadier could just have a conversation through it, but that it scorched the ground black and throwing a rock into it made the rock blow up and the helicopter blew up in it. And just the jeopardy of that car chase and Joe almost flying into it. It's like, yeah, that's actually quite a scary concept, the idea of this invisible wall of heat around some rural village.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go jogging and suddenly run into one of those. Well, I suppose it'd be over quite quickly, but...
That's true. It would be over quickly.
Yeah, be good for barbecuing as well. Marshmallows.
Do some s'mores.
Yeah. What about you? What did you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it again, just sitting there, just wrapped by pretty much everything going on the screen. Yeah, no, I agree, all that stuff, and I like the helicopter chase. I think it's really neat. I think it's just a little neat link back from classic series to the new series having the Osgood thing, even though he's just a sort of slightly random character. In this, it's funny that gets picked up and run with in the modern day. I really like the scene of the Master in the I'm not sure exactly where it was, that house where all the villagers were. His sort of manipulation of them, I thought was really effectively done. In the way he kind of sees himself completely above all of them and is willing to sort of manipulate them. The way he was kind of saying to them about, you're padding the accounts of the grocery store or the post office, or your wife's gone away, is she coming back? Also was quite a neat little thing as well. So yeah, I mean, again, it's been a really strong story so far, so I've really enjoyed that episode as well. Keen to see where it goes. And we've still not seen the creature. Really holding it back, which is good.
And it was quite well done, the Doctor's kind of little slideshow about the horned creatures that have been depicted throughout history. And then he's like, it's actually because for 100,000 years these creatures have been on our planet, and that from that all the kind of folklore has emerged. And you see the Doctor emerging in this as a very kind of skeptical sort of materialist figure, don't you? It's kind of, there's always a, well, the way the show's framing it, there's always a kind of material alien explanation for everything. There's no such thing as magic or any of that, of course. That's just their advanced technology and stuff.
But like, yeah, and it's really nice, that interaction between him and Miss Hawthorne, because she's saying magic and he's like, science. You know, science. She said, magic, science, Miss Hawthorne. You know, it's
it's interesting when she's like, but they're still evil, aren't they? And he's like, amoral, certainly. But yeah, so it's quite interesting just seeing like different clashes of worldviews in it, I suppose.
The idea of these things, and they've come in, they've got involved in human history, and really it's kind of an experiment for them. For me, it reminds me a little bit of is it Prometheus? Is it the Ridley Scott thing, Prometheus, where you have the engineers? Is it?
Yeah, and it found in caves around the world, like the depiction of these big figures pointing to the stars. And
what year was Alien?
79.
Okay, so it is quite a bit after this, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout, actually.
But I mean, it's just that's just popped into my head that there are similarities there with that idea of humanity being sort of shepherded by these figures who are, it's kind of an experiment for them, and they may return to destroy humanity. So
no, it's doing a lot.
Yeah, lots of good stuff in there.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Let us know what you think of this. By all accounts, it seems to be a pretty popular story in the canon. So let us know, and do subscribe if you'd like to stay in the loop with our videos. Sorry. And you can join our Discord server in the link in the description, where you can get access to the full commentary tracks of this. So if you want to watch along with us jabbering in the background.
And there's always good discussion on there, you know, and if you chip in with conversation, people will engage with you. No one needs to be left feeling like a spare lemon waiting for the squeezer.
Yes, there's no heat wall in the Discord. No, thanks everyone. Bye.
Take care. See ya.